Stanton's been unbelievable.
Daily, these guys are unbelievable, man. You're really showing how good they can be when their backs are against the wall. 7th straight. Magic numbers down to 3. Boston also lost. Toronto is now tied with Seattle ahead of Oakland for the wild card behind Boston. But this is good. If the Yankees beat them tomorrow, then the magic number's 1. So any combination, if they win another loss and so on, adds a 2 spot. So if they sweep Toronto for somehow, they're in. So that would be phenomenal. I'm not banking on it, but it'd be nice to see Cole come out and pitch big tomorrow, and then Kluber pitch big on the next day. It would be phenomenal. It really, really would be. I mean, but I'll take it, man. 7 straight win. Yankees are showing up right when they need to, man. Right when they need to. I mean, it started with Hinge and Ryu, went 4 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 Ks. Jameson Taillon came back his first game. Unfortunately, he only got through 2 1/3, and his ankle started bothering him. He had a torn ligament in his ankle, so he had to get out of the game. Mike King came in through 2 2/3, so kept him in the game through 5. Holmes came in a clean innings pitched. Chad Green a clean inning pitched. Severino a clean inning pitched, and then Wandy Peralta closed it out with another clean 9th. So my only concern here is that they used 6 pitchers. So it would have been nice if Taillon went the distance, but at least they used King in long relief. So I mean, it would have been nice if Taillon went like 5 or 6 innings to ease the lot. I just don't want them using 6 pitchers that's this often. So hopefully Cole gives them a little bit of distance tomorrow. Hey guys, Jared, 7 straight, baby. Caleb, what's up, man? Yeah, again, Stanton coming through out of nowhere. I mean, unbelievable. That's his 35th home run. He's got 98 RBIs or 96 RBIs. He's closing in 100. So, but offense-wise, Bo Bichette RBI single in the first to put him up 1-0. Then Judge tied it with a solo home run opposite field. Then Corey Dickerson put Toronto up 2-1 with an RBI double. And then the Yankees bats just erupted again. Judge and RBI sac fly 2-2. Rizzo and RBI single to make it 3-2. And then Stanton with a 3-run on a low pitch too, 3-run home run to make it 6-2. And then Gio came up in the 9th and another solo home run. So 3 home runs today for the Yankees with a total of 7-2, man. So phenomenal. I'm more confident now, Tim King, than I am in making the playoffs. I mean, now with the magic number being 3, because now with them playing them, if they beat them tomorrow, their magic number is 1. So, and then if they sweep them, they're in automatically. So, it's very possible. And again, if a combination of another loss from one of the teams behind them kind of helps their cause as well. So, it would have been Sevy to throw the 9th, but I get it. He threw multiple innings last time, Daly, so I'm guessing they're probably going to save his bullets as well a little bit. So I not want to overdo it just yet, because if they're in the playoffs, and he's a very valuable arm, and so is Mike King, and so are these other guys. So and again, Taillon, I'm not sure now. So thankfully, Kluber is healthy again, and he's starting to give us a little bit of length. So he might be taking Taillon's spot in the postseason if Taillon can't kind of hold the ankle together. So a torn ligament's tough to deal with, especially when you push off legs. So that's a tough thing. So I get it's a legitimate injury. But yeah, what a freaking win. I mean, 7 straight win, man. Right when you need this stuff. I feel a hell of a lot better than I did a couple weeks ago, man. I was like, oh my God, there's a really good chance they're going to get eliminated. And like, it all fall apart, but it looks like things are coming together, man. Really do. Well, Abreu might be back if Taillon goes down. Possibly. Very possible. I don't know if they're gonna play day by day with Taillon. I'm not exactly sure. Chris, World Series bound would be phenomenal. But Daly, very likely Abreu. Another young arm in the bullpen. So and the Cardinals freaking won 17. It looks like they're on a collision course with the Dodgers for that one wild card game. So that will be a phenomenal game. It'll be a phenomenal game. So playoffs are looking pretty interesting, man. And Brewers are up there. I think they would be playing the Braves, if I'm not mistaken. I think right now that'll be a hell of a series too. So, but the winner of the wild card in the American League looks like they're going to be playing Tampa right now. So that's going to be a tough series. But if you can get past Tampa, and it looks like Houston's going to be playing Chicago White Sox. I mean, if you get past Tampa, then you look pretty good. So, yeah, unfortunately, Jared, his ankle. They weren't sure what to expect from him. They weren't sure his ankle was going to hold up because it's a torn ligament, so it's tough to work with a torn ligament. And it's better than that than a, a shoulder or an elbow issue and stuff. So I mean, they might need to shut him down for a little bit. I don't know. But again, thankfully they have the depth with Kluber right now. Kluber getting healthy. So yeah, and Boston won. Yep, to the Orioles, which is great. Instead of us losing to the Orioles. So hope the Orioles sweep the freaking Red Sox. Um, no, John, I agree. None of us can predict this team, but I'm enjoying the ride while it's here, and and I'm it's a very streaky team. I just hope that we can continue to streak on the uptrend and not the other way around. So, uh, yeah, yeah, it's the best we can put it. It's a not it's a poorly constructed team, but I mean they're being carried right now by a lot of their heavy hitters. So, and it is what it is. So, and thankfully their heavy hitters are really coming through. And could you imagine if Voit was hot and Gallo was hot and Rizzo was hot along with these guys? That'd be a murderer's row, man, a real murderer's row. And John, I'm with you 100%, man. What a freaking game, man. Stanton, I can't say enough about him, man. I can't. I'm really happy that he's here. I was happy that he was here from the beginning, and he went through the tough stuff. But he's enjoying the good stuff here. And he's really coming up huge, man. When he's healthy, he's deadly, man. He's really deadly. Um, voodoo doll, yeah, yeah. You might be right, Daly. He's like, he might be sticking it, man. Little Taillon doll. He might be. He might be. Yeah, Jared. Boston lost to Baltimore, man. Yep. Yep. That's at least 4 in a row for Boston. So Hill, yeah. I mean, if Tyon goes down, Hill might come up, and Heaney might go down, and Abreu can come up. So you have Hill and Abreu instead of, if Tyon Tyon's hurt, but replacing Tyon and Heaney with Hill and Abreu, I'd be pretty happy. I'd be pretty happy. So I'm very impressed with our pitching. I just don't want to get in the habit of using 6 guys in the game. And I know they had to today, but I'd be careful of that. Be careful of that. So, um, well, hopefully not, Michael. Hopefully, Gallo gets back in rhythm here and does some things, and because we need him to be in a good groove. Especially if we're going to go far in the postseason, we need as many hands on deck as possible, hitting well, pitching well, and doing everything well. We need to be firing on all cylinders, and there's no doubt about it, especially against these other teams, man. Chop 362, dude. Yeah. Oh God, he's going to get a lot of love in Yankee Stadium. Stanton, yeah, he went from boo. He's gone from boos to just standing ovations now. Man, he's going to get a lot of love, man. A lot of love, man, and rightfully so. And rightfully so. So, dude, I would love for this Seattle to knock him off too. That would be great, man. It would really be great. As long as the Yankees win 2 more games, we'll be all right. And they have 5 more games left, so they win 2 or 3 of them. Good shape. Good shape. Yeah, Daly. I mean, that's just the reality. It is a poorly constructed team. But it doesn't matter that yeah, they're on pace to win 93 games. You can still have a poorly constructed team that's outgrowing expectations. Again, like I said, they're being carried by the guys up top, man. And some unbelievable, just some underrated performances like Odor. He's been underrated, but he gained quite a few wins for the team this year. As much as people don't want to admit they hate Odor, he's put a couple wins on that block. So, um, but they're still bereft of a lot of the areas. I mean, they have a lot of holes, but that doesn't mean they can't win a lot of games. I mean, a lot of these teams have holes, and a lot of the good ones have holes. So, yeah, lucky for us, Cole is up there. Yeah, I hope he pitches well tomorrow. Lorenzo, I've had this a little about a year and a half, and it's really started growing a lot over the past year. So I just wanted to be consistent, and I didn't know what was going to come of it. So, and I'm glad I'm at where I'm at. I mean, my next goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping to get there in 2022 at some point. So if anybody hasn't subscribed and they're watching, please hit that subscribe button. It's really helpful to the channel's growth. Yeah, about a year and a half, Lorenzo. Yeah, Jared G. Well, he was 0 for 3, but then he had a big 3-run home run in the top of the 7th. Big 3-run home run. So to put them up 6-2. And Stanton came through again, man. Really opened that lead. So great win. Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, Boone's making better moves now with the bullpen, and instead of Brooks or Heaney. Yeah, I mean even though Brooks was claimed by the Baltimore Orioles, so he's no longer here. So um, There's no team that's perfectly constructed. None. Doesn't exist. But we have one of the most talented teams on paper, that's for sure. And obviously, performance-wise, they're just horrifically streaky. I mean, this I never thought this team would be as streaky as it is, but it is. So, when they're bad, they're really bad. When they're good, they're really good. I wish there was a little bit of a midline in the middle, but they need more depth in certain areas for them to be a little bit better off. So we're not getting these big losing streaks. Um, yeah, Herman. I mean, my guess is you'll probably see Herman tomorrow if depending on how much Cole goes. But there's also talk about if Cole's going to pitch the wild card game, he might be doing it on 3 days rest or something like that. So or 4 days rest. So I wouldn't expect Cole to go 7 or 8 innings tomorrow either. So I think they're going to be careful with him tomorrow. Um, if we sign Ray and Rodon and trade for a pitcher from the White Sox, which pitcher are you talking about, Daly? I mean, Ray and Rodon would be insane as it is. That would be a ridiculous offseason. That's like this the Sabathia Burnett offseason of 2009. If they get another pitcher like imagine Lucas Giolito, that would be awesome. But I don't think the White Sox would do that. But and Rodon and Ray, I'd be pretty damn ecstatic. If we got both of them, I'd be pretty freaking happy. So Severino is definitely the wild card. He's be very, very valuable as a long relief guy right now. Very, very valuable, man. No, it's a perfect spot for him right now. And like I said, it would also be a perfect spot for Abreu and Hill and a couple of these other guys too. They could just come and throw a couple innings of darts and be out, go to the next guy, and teams get a different look and don't give them a chance to get used to somebody. It'd be a big weapon for the Yankees. Um, oh hell yeah, Seattle. Well, I mean, I don't sleep on Seattle either, Peter. I mean, they've given us a hard time before, but yeah, I mean, I feel confident about playing Seattle. If we make it to the wild card and play them, I feel confident. I don't really know who the hell we're going to play in the playoffs right now. It's so up in the air. It's crazy. Voigt, dude, John, I don't know, man. I hope he gets a couple of at bats and opportunities here. I mean, he's earned it. So, but like, I don't know, man. I really don't know if the Yankees are done with him or not. Yeah. So Ray Rodon, bummer. I got it. RBR, RRB. Yeah, I get you, Daly. I mean, that'd be a nice collection of pitching this offseason. Will be really, really nice. Yeah, I don't know why he's in Cashman's doghouse so much, Alan. I mean, he carried the team last year. He carried the offense. So him and Clint Frazier carried the offense last year. So um, I don't know why, but yeah, I'm pretty confident he's going to be traded this offseason as well. So um, yeah, man, Wandy too, man. Wandy's been coming through as well. A lot of these underrated, like these trades that Cashman made, these underrated ones. Who would have thought Clay Holmes? Like, how the hell did Pittsburgh get rid of him? Why? Look what he's doing. Phenomenal. I mean, Wandy too. Like, what the he's been great. So is Joely. Like, these guys have been invaluable here. They've been really contributing quite a bit. But the pitchers have been really, really coming through. Exception of Heaney, obviously. Pittsburgh is it's like Christmas in Pittsburgh. It's like Christmas in Pittsburgh. You know, what would be Christmas in Pittsburgh if they gave us Brian Reynolds. That would be a good Santa Claus. That would be a good Christmas. They can ho 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 all they want. Brian Reynolds would be phenomenal, but it's going to cost a king's ransom. No, yeah, they do have an incompetent owner. They do. They do. Well, we had a great owner, and then looks like some incompetent sons. But well, at least one of them, Hank is. I mean, wow, he's like a total blowhard. But um, Hal obviously is more business analytical, and he's obviously more of the corporate structure and so on. So he's definitely more financially savvy and more financially conscious than Hank was when he gave A Rod this $240 million 10-year deal, Hank, when they had a trade with the Angels set up and agreed upon, and then Hank overruled Cashman. I don't know if you guys know that. But at the time, it was Irvin Santana, it was Chone Figgins. They had a big trade for A-Rod, and Hank overruled Cashman and signed A-Rod to that freaking extension. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable, man. Yeah, I don't know, Jared. I mean, it doesn't look like anybody else is having any problems, man. I'm sorry to hear that. It's like the second time you've had an issue. Jose Marte. Jose Marte. Where's Jose Marte from, Daly? It's not. It's not sticking out to me. Right? Is he in the White Sox? Maybe they don't want to play Voigt because they plan to trade him. Yeah, I mean, I think they plan to trade him. And I get not wanting the risk injury franchise, but he can be productive too. So he can hurt a his trade value or help his trade value at this point. But I don't think either way is going to be a significant move unless he goes on an absolute tear. But I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Hmm. Anybody else having buffering issues? I got full bars over here. Looking good over here, but Luby Sessa got lit up tonight. That's a rare occasion. He has like a 1.7 ERA in Cincinnati. So, um, are you guys seeing me now? Hearing me now? Am I good? Seem to getting a couple of folks getting buffering thing here. Um, I'm not seeing anything on my end, so I want to make sure. And my Wi-Fi is good. Um, that's weird. Good now. Okay, sorry about that, guys, but at least we're good now. At least we're good now. But I mean, what can you say? The Yankees are just playing really, really good baseball now. Okay, cool, Jared. Cool, thank you. And sorry about that again, man. They're playing good baseball, and just like they need to, they really do. Angels was previously on the Giants, hadn't had success. I would take a shot. What I'm considering wouldn't take. Okay, okay. Sound is good. No, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, they find like valuable guys in the bullpen. The Yankees, more often than more often than not, they make good bullpen trades and develop good bullpen guys. So that to me is their strength as it pertains to pitching. They need to develop more Jordan Montgomery types. I mean, again, not only me but other people do. He reminds me of Andy Pettit. And the last time the Yankees really had a guy that had a successful career that they developed was Andy Pettit. Severino was supposed to be one of these guys, but he's been hurt so often. So, Jordan Montgomery's been hurt too, but he's like 3 years off of Tommy John now. It looks like he's putting it together. So, hopefully he'll have a nice little career here. And it seems to be consistent. And I think I saw something nine or of 11 of his last games, 9 of them he's given up 1 run or less. So that's good consistency for Jordan Montgomery. Really, really good. Line up against, yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah. Yeah, Marcel. I would agree. I mean, I expect to see him against one of the. I thought I was going to see him tonight against Rio because he hits lefties better than he does righties. But, uh, you know, I would think so. I think we'll see him against Ray. It would have been cool to see Cole pitch against Ray tomorrow night, but whatever. I mean, hopefully Cole dominates tomorrow and the Ray gets bombed on freaking Thursday. So that Cole can maybe get an edge for the Cy Young. It looks like Ray has an edge right now. So yeah, Sanchez does have to join the party too, man. He does. There's no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. So yeah, and they didn't use Chapman. I mean, they didn't use a couple other guys. They didn't use Joel. There was a few guys that they didn't use. But I just don't want to get in the habit of them using 6 guys, almost every night. Don't want to have them wear down at the worst time. So we've already had this issue about a month ago. I don't want that to happen again. Cashman's definitely good for finding guys in the pen. He always does it, man. Taillon's injury, yeah. I mean, this is another reason why I want to get like a Rodon and a Ray. Get 2 guys or one of those guys and trade for another starter. We need more starting pitching depth because Taillon lasted most of the year, but I'm not, you know, I don't know that he's going to do it again next year. He's got one more year here until he's a free agent. So, and I don't know, man. And that's why I'd rather have the depth of something like this happens, and it happens in May, whatever it is. We have depth behind them, so. They can have too much pitching depth, particularly on the starting side. So, Toronto Sport Coat. Yeah, chop. Dude, I thought they should have used a 6-man rotation this year, Daly, to preserve guys as well and help ease guys back in from a short inning or short season last year from COVID. I thought it would have been a better bridge this year into next year. But, thankfully they stayed. We didn't have any really arm issues for the most part. Um, Kluber a little bit shoulder, but no Tommy John type, no major injuries. So no guys out except for obviously Britain, but I'm referring to starting pitching here. But 6-man rotation would be good to me every year, Daily. I like a 6-man rotation. Cole, 2 starters, Sevy and Nasty and Monty. I mean, yeah. I mean, any combination of that. Like, could you imagine Cole and Rodon, and then Montgomery, and then a Nestor, and then whoever? That would be nice. Or Cole and a Ray, probably the 1-2 guys in Cy Young Award this year. Teaming up and teaming up for the next 5, 6, 7 years, or probably 5 years. That to me, I would that would be good, man. I think Ray and Rodon will probably get 5-year deals. I think so. They've earned it, and Rodon's represented by Scott Boras, so I don't see him not getting a 5-year deal. That big money. He's got a bigger arm than Ray, but Ray's got better off-speed stuff. Have King and Cortez in a 6-man rotation. Have King and Cortez and long relief where they do best, and they can find the emergency start and be emergency starters. So, no, I get it, Daly. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, man. Kluber started. Yeah, Kluber is definitely his start is definitely huge. It'll give us an idea whether he can step in for Taillon, since it doesn't look like Taillon's going to be able to make it. So, unfortunately, if he shows command and gives him, a good 5-6 innings, he'll be on the postseason roster. I think this is his shot to get on it. I think so. It's a shot. So, and with a Cole and you get a Montgomery and you get a Kluber and a Nestor. I mean, that's probably the 4-man that they're going to go with. That's my guess. Rodon, yeah, he is a year younger than Ray, which is another reason why I like him. And he has a little bit of a bigger arm. And coming from the left-hand side, I'd like to have a big arm from the left to complement Nestor and Montgomery's kind of crafty left-handed style. Big arm in the right and a big arm in the left. To me, would be good. I mean, Rodon's probably going to cost 5 years, probably 120 million. That'd be my guess, between 110 and 120. I'm thinking. That's probably the ballpark. Some crazy person might give him a Patrick Corbin contract, like the Nationals gave Patrick Corbin. It was like 6 years, 144 million, or some crazy number like that. Somebody might do that, but I don't know. But I'm not gonna. We should be, negotiating against ourselves either. Amazing win, but yeah, it is a shame, Steven. You're right. Like, yeah, when Stanton, hit that and he fell down and he walked. Yeah, believe me, my heart dropped too. I'm like, oh my god, please don't let this guy be hurt, please. Yeah, it was a big, big exhale, Steven. Huge exhale, man. Huge exhale. I was relieved that he wasn't hurt. I mean, it really was. It's just, I hope that he continues to put the bat to the ball, man, and Judge, and again, let's pick Rizzo up, let's pick Gallo up, let's get these other guys up to Sanchez. Let's welcome him to the party. At the very least, invite him to the party. Like, he's always invited to the party. He just needs to attend the freaking party. So, yeah, he is injury prone, man. He's been injured for. Yeah, it was our first trip to Toronto. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, they just started playing in Toronto like a month ago. They were in Buffalo all year, and Canada kind of opened up a little bit for them. So, he is injury prone. He's been injury prone for years. Yeah, I mean, Seattle. I mean, I wouldn't sleep on Seattle, man. I just don't think it's a good idea to sleep on them. I really don't. So they have a good team, man, and they can. Obviously they're sneaking up on people, sneaking past Oakland, who was good, and peeling up on, it's beating up on other teams now. So I wouldn't sleep on them. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think the Yankees should sleep on anybody. Anybody, man. I'm more confident, but I'm not going to get to the point where we're like complacent and cocky. That's going to bite the Yankees in the ass, in my opinion. No. Yeah, the Yankees' remaining schedule is against teams with a winning percentage over 500. The other teams in the wild card race, they're under 400 or 400 or under 400 winning percentage. So the Yankees have the toughest remaining schedule of Boston, Toronto, like Seattle. They have by far the toughest schedule. So hopefully they can get through that, man. I really, really hope that they can. I really, really hope they can. Welcome everybody. For those that are on here now, thank you, thank you all for coming. Taillon, I think they're going to decide, Sean, in like a day or two whether to shut Taillon down. If his ankle's that bad, it might make sense to shut him down. I think they're going to wait until find out how well Kluber pitches on Thursday to, I think, kind of make a more significant determination. I think it's going to pertain as to how well Kluber pitches to see if they have a good enough replacement. I mean, they're going to have to replace him anyway. It looks like, but we'll see if Kluber's the one. 'Cause then you can have a 4-guy rotation. I mean, Cole, Montgomery, Nestor, Kluber, or in whatever order, but something like that. No, I mean he dislocated it sliding. They set it right back into place. I mean, and you don't really use much pinky when you're swinging the bat. So not much. You do use some, but not much. But thankfully, it hasn't shown any negative effects. My guess is it hurts more catching him with him catching the ball than it does hitting the ball. So yeah, Laurie, low key 7-game winning streak just at the right time too. Perfect timing. So yeah, we definitely need the Orioles to play Boston just like they freaking played us this year. They gave us fits, man. They beat the Yankees more than they beat any other team in the American League. I don't know what to say. It's embarrassing, man. It really is. So they need to do the same thing to Boston now. A win tomorrow makes our Brett. A win tomorrow makes our magic number 1. Puts it at 1. So, but I mean, virtually eliminates them. But we have to win another game after that. No doubt about it. And Toronto has to lose another game, even if it's not against the Yankees. That'll still put the Yankees in to eliminate, most likely eliminate Toronto, or at least at the very least put them in. They could still make it and eliminate Boston too. So, but Marcel, my guess is Kluber's probably going to take Taillon's spot now. That's my guess. Yeah, I think it does. If they win the wild card game, I think Taillon obviously will be out, and I think they'll move on. They'll probably DFA or release Andrew Heaney, Marcel, and I think they'll probably bring up Luis Hill and Albert Abreu. So they have 2 young, big arms additionally for the bullpen or for innings. 7 years, $200 million is enough to keep Judge. I think it's a good offer. 7 years, 210 would probably be my absolute. I talked earlier. I did a video on this morning. I mean, if my absolute best offer would be 7 years, 210, would be $30 million a year. If he says no, then you walk, you trade him. Period. Not giving him 9 or 10 years. Not doing it. Not doing it. Just at least I'm not doing it. So I wouldn't. But I think he would say no to 7 years, 200. They're probably gonna look for 250 to 300. And I can't blame him for looking for it. But I mean, the Yankees can get a lot for him. But they have the 3 options. I mean, option 1 is you give him a qualifying offer and you let him walk and sign somewhere else, likely on the West Coast, and get a compensatory pick or 2 in return. Number 2, option 2 is you give him your absolute best offer, and if he turns it down, then you go to option 3, which is trade him for as much as you can get, and you move on. You don't look back. But those are the 3 options, man. Those are the 3 options. I mean, it's up to them to decide what to do. But this is the offseason to make him your best offer and then trade him. It'll be too late next offseason. Way too late. Can't trade him. How many leverage then? So, and he's having a really, really good year. So his value's at an all-time high. So if you're going to trade him, now's the time to do it. So, yeah, Turner's another one that gets banged up and like Judge, and they play through these crazy injuries, man. They really do. Yeah, they can, man. They can clinch the next day or two, man. 2 days, in 2 days. Yeah, we got to get it down to 1 tomorrow and then win 1 more, man, and then we'll be good. And I think they'll probably use Herman either tomorrow or Thursday in the bullpen to give him some work to kind of keep him active for the postseason. That's my guess. But Jared, yeah, you're right. I mean, the streakiness of this team is just ridiculous. They're either world beaters, murderers row, or they're the bad news bears, and it's like nothing in between. It's crazy, absolute nuts. I mean, a Klubot, Herman, piggyback, Sean. Yeah, I mean that'd be my guess. Like Kluber comes in and gives 3 to 4 innings, and then they bring in Herman, hopefully for another 3 or something like that on Thursday. That would be a good piggyback. And again, they wouldn't have to use 5 or 6 pitchers, hopefully. So. Oh, you might Daly. That's a good point. He has a voodoo doll on Cashman. He's like, you think? Oh, you gonna think of trading me? This just reminds me of the Witches of Eastwick. What they were doing to Jack Nicholson with like sticking him with the doll. He's doing the same thing. Cashman's Jack Nicholson right now. He's getting stuck with that freaking doll. What they just and he's just poking it every 10 times a day. Don't even think about trading me, fucker. No. Brett, 6 for 180 mutual option, uh, or buy out for a 7th year. I mean, that's what I'm most comfortable with. But I think they're going to want more, and I think somebody's going to give him more. Out there is going to give him 9 or 10 year deals. My fear, I just don't want to have another either Jacoby Ellsbury or even a Prince Fielder situation where he had to, and I'm not saying it's going to happen to Judge, but like he had a degenerative condition. He had to retire a couple years early, and the Tigers are still on the hook for like $25 million a year of his money for like 4 more years. I mean, that's the last thing you want, man. The last thing you want. I mean, I don't know. 7 years, $200 million is a hell of an offer. That's big money. But my guess is he's going to turn it down, and they're going to go for 250 or 300. The biggest payday. This is his one chance. So, like, if I were him, I'd be doing the same thing. But again, he's not the only player on the team. So, and there are other people that they have to consider too. And that's the way I look at it. But again, would I be upset if they brought him back? Nope. Nope. So, nope. I wouldn't be upset at all. He's one of the best, players in the American League, one of the best players on the Yankees. So, can't really complain. It's just the financial thing is just a little iffy for me. Yeah, I did see that. So it seems like the Yankees have a new mascot. Nestor Cortez recommended the Yankees have a turtle as a mascot, Tommy the Turtle. So I guess it's working. I don't care if it's a ferret with 3-eyed ferret. I don't care if it's working. It's working, man. So I'll take the turtle. Yeah, I'll take a mascot. What the hell? Yankees don't have one. It's one of the only teams that don't have one. So the Cardinals would defeat if the Cardinals beat the Dodgers. If Scherzer's on the mound, I'm giving the edge to the Dodgers in that wild card game, hands down. But you never know. I mean, he could leave it a 1-0 lead, and the Cardinals can erupt and beat the Dodgers. I mean, like, you never know. It could happen. But if Scherzer's pitching that game, I give the Dodgers the edge. But you guys are funny. You guys are funny. Oh man, I love it. Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't sign, he has to get treated. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, Brett. Like, it has to happen this offseason when you have one full year and a team willing to pay a lot of money for him. I mean, a lot in prospects for him. A team that thinks, okay, like if the Angels make a huge, I mean, they don't have much of a farm, but like, there's a team, a couple teams, even Seattle can make a huge offer for him. And they're like, you could see they're playoff contenders. They make a huge offer for Judge. He's a West Coast kid. So you never know, man. They have the farm, they have the prospects to do it. And they have the money to do it too. I think they're still owned by the people that founders of Nintendo. So they have super duper uber rich owners. So I would look out for Seattle as a sleeper team. Um, but it's going to be a huge haul one way or another if it gets to that point. But the Yankees will be smart to make their absolute best offer to Judge this offseason. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would not wait till next year. Mm-mm. And yeah, we can't afford to let him walk and just take a compensatory pick. We can't. Even though Nick Swisher walking after, well, I don't remember what year it was, but him walking turned into a compensatory pick, which turned into Aaron Judge. But Judge is not Swisher. Okay. So, and he's also not Albert Pujols, was already a Hall of Famer when he signed that deal with the Angels at the age of 31 or 32. He was already a Hall of Famer. So there's no comparison between Judge and Pujols at the same age. None. Pujols, much better. Okay. But obviously it's a different era now and stuff like that. But you have to either give him a big deal. If he says no, you move on. You trade him for a big return. That's it. There is nothing else. But again, I get him. He brings a lot of value here. He's the face of the franchise. I totally get it. So it would be a hard thing to do, but it's just one of those situations where you take one step back to take two forward eventually. So, and that's the logic behind it. But I know how unpopular it would be to move him. So I totally understand how people feel about it. And again, he's going to get paid one way or another. If he keeps playing like this, he's going to get paid. So somebody's going to pay him. But it might be the Yankees. You never know, but I don't know. But somebody's going to get paid. He's good enough to get paid. So, and he's clearly a $200+ million guy. He's going to get it. So, and I mean, It is what it is. He's a superstar. A superstar. I wish he was 26 and the Yankees were about to re-sign him. I would feel a whole different. I'd feel a whole lot different, but he's gonna be 31, so different ball game. Different ball game. So, Lindor getting his 10-year deal, he's 26. Bryce Harper got his big deal, he was 26. Like a lot of these guys, Tatis, he's 22 signing these deals. Vlad's probably going to get extended for 13 years, but he's going to be 22 when he does it. So it's different than 31. So, well, yeah, yeah, exactly, Mexitor, exactly, man. Who says Heaney's good? Oh my god, definitely wasn't me. He's gonna get trees. I mean, he's gonna get DFA'd, and he'll have to sign with a team in Guam or Saudi Arabia or some crazy North Korea. I don't know if I mean he might get if he gets a job in the major leagues, Chris. It'll probably be the Marlins or the Pirates, I guess, or even the Orioles. Those will be my three teams if anybody signs him. If Judge was 26, Brett, I would give him 10 years. Yes, but he's not. He's 31. Huge difference. There's no way I give him 10 years or even 9. 5 years, $180. That's probably, I mean, unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. He's going to want more years and more money, and I get it, Yo Elvis. But 5 years, 180. If I were the Yankees, I could handle that. It's 36 per year. I can handle that. So, but they're at a rough spot, man. He's gonna cost a ton of money, shit ton of money. So, you know, um, Pujols sucks. Well, he didn't know he sucked, Willie, in the playoffs. He hit some big home runs, man. I remember he broke Brad Lidge's spirit when he hit that home run on Cardinals in the playoffs. He almost hit it out of Houston. I remember that, man. I'll never forget that home run. He broke his spirit. Heaney's mom, honey, you really suck. You should get a job as a baseball card salesman, a plumber, something. Oh my god. Yeah, he will be happy to get a spring training invites for the team. And my three teams are probably the Marlins, the Orioles, and the Pirates are the three teams that would be willing to give him a spring training offer. That'd be my guess. So, yeah, he sucks. He really does. But yeah, I think the Yankees will be moving on for him shortly, especially if that Taillon goes down and they have to bring up two guys. Then I think they move on. I do. Yeah, the Cardinals are on fire, 17 wins in a row. My cousin, who's a big Cardinals fan, is ecstatic. And again, I hope they get to play the Dodgers in that one-game wild card because it looks like they're headed towards a collision course. It really does. So he might work at McDonald's, Chris. I mean, he might work at Arby's. I mean, you never know. He might work at like Panera, somewhere like that. But yeah, any one of those places would be good. Anyone. And Judge and Stanton runs. Yeah, this is the Judge and Stanton that we've waited for like almost 5 years now. So and it's finally here. The Twin Towers, the David Robinson, Tim Duncan, they're here right now, finally. So I'm so happy to see it too. Yeah, I mean, a 5-year deal would be in a perfect scenario for Judge. I just don't see it happening. So that's my concern. Because he's he's a big time superstar. And big time superstars don't get 5-year deals. They just don't. The only one I could, no, I can't. I can't even see Scherzer. Scherzer going to get like 2 years, probably $80 million. He's going to get some ridiculous money this year, but it's going to be for like 2 years, and he'll be worth every penny. He's the greatest free agent signing ever, in my opinion, ever of all time, hands down. Yeah, Haney made $8 million this year. I don't know, like, yeah, he laughed his way to the bank deal. You got that right. He's just, wiping his butt with hundreds. Yeah. So people can say whatever he want. He's laughing his way to the bank, man. And he's probably made 30 or 40 million in his career. So, what are we gonna say? It's eliminate the no trade clause. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to do, but yeah, I mean, if you can give opt outs, like if you give an opt out, then you have to get rid of the no trade clause. That has to be a trade off. I'll give you an opt out after 3 years, but we waive the no trade clause. It has to be that way. And some players are opting out. Like, it sounds like JD Martinez is probably going to opt out this offseason. Jacob DeGrom might even, well, had he not gone down with these injuries, I think he was going to opt out. But now, if he was healthy and he exercises opt out, the Yankees should have thrown the kitchen sink at him. Him and Cole, oh my God, forget it. That's just, Vito and Michael Corleone together, unstoppable, all over. It's just, yeah, that would have been nightmares for teams, absolute nightmares. Yeah, that's what we need, Lori. I mean, you're right. We need Gallo to get hot, and we need Rizzo to get hot. And even if we got a little bit of lukewarm from like Sanchez and a couple of these other guys, with those four guys being hot, man, we'd be on fire, man. And just DJ to be more consistent. We'd be on fire. It could be nuts. Yeah, I think Max is going to get Elvis. I think he's going to get 2 years, $80 million. That's my guess. And he'll be worth it, every freaking penny. So I love watching Max Scherzer. I wish he was on the Yankees, man. I really do. Most written now, the Yankees won't add Pujols. He's retiring at the end of the season, Ramon. He's retire. He retire. He finish. So he's done. 16 million total for Haney in his career. I mean, yeah, it's good money, man. It's good money. DeGrom, could you imagine, Lori, like DeGrom, Cole, and like, oh my God, and if Sevy was healthy, oh, ugh, yeah, man, that's like trying to come up against Jason and Michael Myers and Leatherface and Freddy Krueger. You have no chance, none. Like, oh, the just fantasizing about it's fantastic. Oh well, oh well. He's gonna have to show that he's healthy again, DeGrom. So, and he is older too. He's like 33 or something like that. So, that concerns me as well. But he's nasty when he's healthy. Absolutely filthy. Yeah. Sevy, you always personally, I think Sevy should stay in the bullpen and be a long relief guy. But it sounds as if he's probably going to be moved up to the rotation. If I'm getting like a Rodon and adding another starting pitcher, there is no way I move Severino to the rotation. None. You keep him in the bullpen. He's got one more year left. Let him establish a lot of value. Okay, and if he becomes a dominant reliever, then all of a sudden you have like a Josh Hader type person, something like that, where you can trade if you need to and get a boatload of people in return. You could do that as well. That's why, me personally, him in the bullpen, his value would be a lot higher than it would in a rotation. I don't want to risk him getting hurt again. Okay, he had a 4-year deal, and it's the last year, next season, and the Yankees have gotten over 2 years lost out of that deal. So I don't want to throw him to the wolves again. I wouldn't do it. I would be cautious with him. But again, I think they're going to try and stretch him out. But we'll see. He needs a full off season, like you're saying, a full everything. Number 2 starter for the playoff, probably Montgomery. At this point, probably Cole, Montgomery, Kluber, Nestor, probably in that order. But that'd be my guess. But Monty's the most reliable right now, and he's given him more length than Nestor is. Nestor hasn't been going as long recently, so that's my 4. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up too, guys. Daily, always a pleasure. Thank you for coming, and we'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow night after a win, and we'll come right down to the wire. So go Yankees, enjoy your night, and I'll talk to you then.